We're in the front room. You guys haven't seen the front room. There's so much dog hair on this. I feel like it's just me today, but I feel like I should have like a guest on here, or Blitz should be in here. He always be slacking. Blitz is not here right now. He's probably napping somewheres. But we were in the front room for Move Mindset Monday, and you guys saw the title of this one. I'm giving away all my secrets, all my big secrets. I really don't have many secrets. You guys see all the ridiculousness all the time. I try to be an open book for you guys, especially with these talks and everything, and make sure everybody knows everybody's a little bit weird, everybody's a little bit crazy, and no one actually knows what they're doing. I feel like that all the time. No one actually knows what they're doing. If someone tells you, they know everything and they know everything that they're doing, they're lying. They're lying. Okay? We don't have this thing figured out. We're all out here trying to figure this thing out. But in regards to today's title, I will tell you guys what sent me to my dreams, to my goals, and, well, at least a part of it, because I still got bigger dreams and bigger goals coming this way, and we're working towards. But last year, we all know, last year was a big year for myself, for my team, and everyone, and just the story that I want to write. It was a big chapter, and I'm very thankful for it, and I want to use that moment to build on, one, for myself, but two, to help all of you guys out there, that if you're watching this and you have a big goal and a big dream, that you can do it. You can do it. I mean, I'm this tiny little girl that started in gymnastics, that quit gymnastics, that didn't know what she was going to do, didn't really feel like she related to anyone, and then found a place in a home where hard work is so appreciated and recognized, and you just can't, the only way to go far in this place is to work hard. And that helped me shift my mindset from such a nasty place coming out of my gymnastics career to something so positive. And that's the big picture of today's talk. Today's talk is how I made it to the CrossFit Games. You guys know I went for 2 years as a teenager, 2016, 2017, had a 5-year gap, and then qualified for my first elite individual CrossFit Games last year in 2022. Leading up to 2022, I did have a good year in 2021 that kind of like started making me feel like I'm getting really, really close. Now, going into 2022, I had this little teeny tiny percentage, I'm being so honest with you guys, this little teeny tiny percentage of if I did everything right and the workouts played to especially my strengths and I executed well and we came up with good plans and then we competed our butts off and hit everything right, that we'd had a chance. Now, in the past, when I was a very baby novice competitor, and I will say that with pride now, because back in my teenage years of 2016, 2017, I can tell you the skill that I didn't have. It was that that strong mindset, that competitor's mindset. I was very nervous, very shaky, very negative when I went out on the competition floor, and that showed up a lot in my gymnastics career, and I took that part of me into the start of my CrossFit career, and it just showed where I needed a lot of growth. A lot of people start their sport and maybe they need physical strength, maybe they need a nice good program and direction and everything, but what I really needed was hope and belief in myself, and I really didn't have that in 2016, 2017. I finished both of my opens as a teenager in 2016 and 2017 in like 5th and 6th, I believe, and then went to compete at the games and finished 9th my first year out of the 10 girls that were there, and finished 10th out of the 20 girls that were there in 2017. That's a little bit confusing, but yes, they took a bigger roster into 2017. But point being that I wasn't proud of those performances. I felt like they were very rocky, very shaky, and never actually showed everything that I had. And that's only because of how I led myself through the competition. I didn't believe in myself. I said these girls are bigger, these girls are stronger than me. They're fitter than me, plain and simple. And that's how I competed. You could see it. It was rocky, it was shaky, it was unconfident. It got me to middle of the pack. And there was a point when during this 5-year climb back to the top, there were so many situations and so many times where I was like, maybe I'm just not meant to compete at this high level. But every time I told myself that, I felt like it was a disservice to myself, and I truly didn't understand it. It was like an itch that I kept scratching of, but I want it so bad. I want it so bad. But and then that little devil on your shoulder says, well, maybe it's not meant for you. And then I'd be like, no, I don't really want anything else. I just want this. So that's the constant battle I was always dealing with, and I think a lot of people deal with. But I'm thankful, one, for the support system that I have around here. And that's a big deal, guys. If you're battling that mindset, that balance, and everything, the positive and negative talk, because you need the positive, outgoing, encouraging, and you need the reality, gritty side too. But your environment has to stay healthy and encouraging, and that's a really good place to start. If you feel like you're always more on the negative side, look at your environment. But the other thing is, like, don't be honest with yourself. Like, assess where you're at, and then assess your goals, and be like, are they realistic for where I'm at right now? And you should have those big crazy goals, but the realistic goals I'm talking about is actually the plan to get there. So that itch that I kept like scratching, it was like I never thought, especially with all the changes that happened throughout the seasons, like the season structure changed. Like, I was really upset in 2019 when they took out regionals, because I was like right on the cusp of making regionals, and that was a big goal. But then they changed the structure, so I had years and years of kind of like just training hard. And I never felt like there was one moment where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It was just the next step, the next step, the next step. Get stronger, get stronger, get stronger, get fitter, get stronger. That's been the real story of all this, is get bigger, get stronger. But then something clicked in 2021. And it was, I stepped on the competition floor with less nerves and the idea of like, I'm just going to go have some fun. I'm going to go show off a lot of hard work with zero expectations of placement, but still hold myself to expectations of, this is how I need to compete. This is how I need to hold myself. This is how I need to race. And I so shocked myself, and I think I shocked Matt too. We were both shocked about how the placings fell, about how we competed, and I needed that moment. Everybody, you have to earn that moment of feeling like you belong, of feeling like, yes, I got this. It's right in my reach. You have to earn that. But then once you have that moment, what do you do with it? Do you capitalize on it? Or do you just let that moment kind of float away? You use it for a little bit, you let it float away. So I was really hard on myself going from 2021 to 2022, in that this is the year I'm going to sneak up. This is the year I'm going to creep my way into the running. And like I said, I knew it had to be executed so perfectly and for us to have a shot to make it. But the difference between 2016 and 2017 and young Becca leading up to these, the difference between that Becca and the 2021 and 2022 version, really just 2022, is I saw that little percentage of what was possible and believed in it. That was the difference. And I caught myself the night before our last day of semifinals, dreaming, visualizing, going over and over. I didn't even sleep that night, just dreaming, visualizing my name being called. And I was like, that is a skill that I could not do in the past. I would visualize me falling off the beam, falling on a tumbling pass, missing a release move on bars, and I couldn't get past that. But something changed, and I could visualize it happening over and over. And I was like, don't lose that. Don't lose that. It's like holding onto like a butterfly, a little butterfly of hope. I was like, don't lose that. Run with it. Run with it. And going into the last event, it was like everybody loves a good race, but it was like the scariest situation you could ever be in. Your dream is literally less than 6 minutes away from you, or it's just another year in the books. And that was the scariest moment I think I've ever been in. And I was like, no regrets. I said that right before that last event at semifinals, is no regrets. I will leave every ounce of my heart and soul on this floor. And whatever happens, happens. And I'm going to be proud of it, because I'm like getting emotional right now thinking about it. That makes me so proud and happy. And I remember looking at Matt's face and everything. But yeah, the difference was in how I qualified to the CrossFit Games and made my dreams and made my goals, is I freaking believed in myself. And I could see little Becca little Becca, who's always told she's too small. That she's too small for this, and all the hard training days, all the blood, sweat, and tears, it came down to that moment. So, told you guys I'm an open book. Man, I've never talked this out like that before. But I'll never forget that. Because it wasn't the moment of hearing your name called. It was like, holy crap. I've done all the physical reps for so many years, and I just kept putting in the mental reps, and the moment I believed in them, I saw it pay off. And it's so much work up here. It's so much work up here, and maybe even more work than inside the gym. So, point being from this is, when you have a big goal, a big crazy goal or a dream, all you gotta do is visualize yourself achieving that, being that over and over and over, because that's your fuel. That's what's gonna take you to the next level, to that next stepping stone that not a lot of people get to because they limit themselves. They talk down on themselves, and they listen to the critics. But it's your choice. You don't have to. You don't have to listen to the critics. You're your own person. No one knows you more than you. So don't let them tell you otherwise. Believe in yourself, visualize your dreams and goals, and use that fuel to put in the reps in the gym, up here, and then that's that. You will be there. It takes a lot of grit and just an attitude. Wow. Okay. I think we're going to wrap it up there. I love you guys. and I love having these mindset talks. They make me better, and I hope they help you guys out too. And that's a little bit of my story and why I will hold the 2022 season close to my heart. And we're just getting started. So let's go 2023. And I hope you guys have a great week. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.